Hey everybody, I'm Steven Leonard and this is Out Rock.
This song is on SiriusXM's Coffee House if you ever get a chance and you're listening. For supporting LGBT artists like myself, big shout out to SiriusXM. And Gay Chicago TV, who just happens to be here tonight.
I felt like nobody was really talking to me. You know, nobody was telling my story well enough that I could just let it go. So I started playing guitar and I just didn't, I was like 14 years old in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, not knowing anybody who was gay and not knowing anybody who played music. So I really felt like these songs were my way of like telling my own story.
The lights get close enough to touch, and this morning movement sets all the other alarms on. It takes so long to find, can easily get lost.
And then I met this woman at Penn State, Judy Albin, and she was at my wedding, and I was so glad because she was the director of Residence Life, and she booked me in a lot of shows. And I remember telling her, like, who cares what I have to say? Like, I'm just one person in this big world. Like, who cares about my life? And she said, you'd be surprised.
And it was a block party at one of them.
And I know my pride can't get the best of me, but this is not some massive fire to show you down word by hour, but it burns me up a bit when you leave angry.
Like, oh my God, you're gay. Do you have a hard time being gay and like in music? And that used to happen a lot. Like, are you afraid that you're going to miss out or somebody's gonna discriminate you or against you because you're out but you're still good? And I remember thinking, like, I'd rather be doing it this way than the other way, of fearing that somebody is going to like have something to hang over my head or I have to be fake.
Save us from the summer sleeping. Save us from the thoughts that this could be the end. crack that smile and we can start again. Let's use tonight's away.
Save the Afternoon. It's like when you have one of those little like stupid tense arguments that you both know it was stupid, but somebody kind of has to cower in order to get over it. So it's about like, let's just get over this and save the afternoon.
Is there a chance to save the afternoon?
It's just, there's so many breakup songs. I thought, how about a makeup song that's about just getting past it, you know?
Is it true? Is there something to say?
Is a CD I did with one of my really good friends, Namoli Brennet, who's a transgendered artist in Tucson, Arizona. And I just always loved her work, and she was just traveling singer-songwriter just like myself. So I thought it'd be fun to sit down with somebody who's a songwriter, not just a producer, and somebody who would call me on my crap and be like, nope, you're taking the easy way out. And we just had this great friendship that we went in her house and like just recorded the CD. And the idea of Supposed Unknown is that I can be out there for 10 years and somebody will say, oh, who are you? I've never heard of you. That you're constantly unknown to people. Little Boy Blue was a song that I wrote back in 2008 and put on my Resonate CD, and it's about a transgendered boy I met doing a tour of LGBT youth centers. And he was just, we didn't get along at first, like he just didn't want anything to do with me, very guarded, 16 years old, and by the end of it we were like friends. Like he kind of warmed up to me and I had to earn his trust, and I feel like I was so proud to have that moment, that I could, somebody who didn't want anything to do with me, was very guarded, could like let down their guard long enough to be a friend of mine. I just thought that was really cool. You know, I had people come up afterwards and say like, thank you for playing that song. And I don't know, like there's just that connection. I love my transgendered friends, and that's something I didn't at first really understand. I feel like being gay, people always assume like we're all under the same umbrella, but I don't know what it's like to be transgender. So to write a song about somebody who is and trying to understand them I really feel like people kind of connect with that.
Little boy blue, searching this brown earth for your truth, over gray mountains, down and through. They don't understand you, but I do. But I do. But I do. But I do.
Stories like that, where you connected with people and you don't realize how big that connection is. You know, when people cry over a song I'm playing, like, that to me is like the best moment in the world. That you could write something that somebody else feels so close to, or has interpreted that it moves them. I mean, that's the best thing in the world. For somebody to get what you're doing so much so, I mean, that's all I ever wanted. Even at like 14, it's just somebody to understand where I'm coming from.
There is dust on the moon, there is dust in space. There is dust on the stars, dust in a clouded place. There is dust in the road, there is dust on the cars that's climbing up each blade of grass, filling up the yard. Nothing sticks to you. Now you're moving too fast to touch. You make me feel so still, like I'm collecting dust.
Sometimes the gigs that are the most challenging and you learn the most from are the ones that it's just two people. You know, because as easy as it is to just be like, I just always want to play to that many people out there, which is like thousands of people. It's really the hardest to play for one person and connect with one person at a time. And I feel like that's the one thing I'm proud of.
Every chance I seem to get was a vehicle for me. Then you have to hit the jackpot of my biggest dreams. And now I see you at the cashier and I'm turning green. Nothing sticks to you. Now you're moving too fast to touch. You make me feel so still, like I'm collecting dust. We're all smiles and compliments underneath bread and beer. Candy shells, how sugar shine. Angry bitter wine, twisting, turning in my mind. Dust in my mouth, dust in my skies, dust in my eyes, dust in my heart, dust in my head, dust in my ears, dust in my skin, dust in my nose, dust in my teeth, dust in my soul. You make me feel so still, like I'm collect. You make me feel so still, like I'm collect. You make me feel so still, like I'm collect. You make me feel so still, like